Why can't we support the Christians that are being killed in Nigeria? Why aren't we talking about putting some of that humanitarian ARF funds aside to go and help the Nigerians who are Christians who are being slaughtered by Islamic State and ISIS and other jihadist groups on the African continent? Because nobody's talking about that. I also stand up for the freedom of Palestine, a two-state solution. I also stand up that we must stop the genocide in Palestine, but we must also equally also focus the world on the killings of Christians because of their religious beliefs on the continent of Africa. And we must make sure that we stand up against it as vehemently as we stand up for the children of Gaza. Mr. Chair, in our foreign policy, we must make sure that we look at everything that's happening around the world, Mr. Chair. And we must make sure that we make sure that we stop the killing of people, whether it's in Africa and Nigerian Christians, whether it's the children in Gaza, whether it's in Ukraine. Mr. Chair, this danger of what's happening around the world, where the unipolar world is being overtaken by a multipolar world, and those that have the power want to and have a declining power want to destroy those who have increasing power through war. This is something that's happening in the Middle East. It's something that's happening in Ukraine, and it's something that we got to stop, and we're going to make sure it doesn't happen in Africa, because this is about the declining dollar, Mr. Chair. This is about other issues that is a geopolitical problem that we have, and for NATO to threaten directly with America's backing to send long-range weapons, ATACMS weapons, to destroy and reach Moscow is begging for a third world war. And that affects us as South Africans. That affects me, my children, your children. More importantly, it affects the people in NATO. I cannot understand. I've got sisters in NATO. I've got sisters that live in France. I've got sisters that live in the Netherlands. I've got sisters that live in Brussels and in Germany. And I'm worried for their safety. I'm worried they're going to get conscripted, like the Ukrainian soldiers get conscripted, kidnapped off the road, their children taken out of schools and universities and sent to the front line. That's what's going to happen to the Europeans very soon. So, Mr. Chair, to continue a war that is being lost, I say, and MK says, end the war, negotiate peace, bring out peace on both sides. Let both sides sit together and let the courts do their business and talk about restorative justice. But let the world come around and say, okay, enough is enough. Let's work out a peace plan that incorporates all of us. It must be UN-led, not led by one party or another. Otherwise, this 20-point plan that America's come up with, it's an Anglo-American-led plan. And that's just another continuation of colonialism like we have had here in South Africa. We literally have a company called Anglo-American that's exploited our resources for the last 100 years. So, Mr. Chair, from our side as MK, we need to look at the figures. We need to address the problems as structural issues that we have in the economy and the structural issues that we have in DIRCO. And right now, the currency fluctuations and the political rot that we have in this department is a lot for us to deal with. Thank you, Mr. Chair.